Hi, my name is Mr. Cadilla, and today I'm going to show you how to shade and blend your cityscape so that it looks three-dimensional. You see I already have some buildings done here first. First I'm going to talk about this building right back here. You see that I've done, you'll notice it's kind of flat, and that's because my light direction is coming in from the left, and that's really important. You have to identify which direction your light is coming from. If it's coming from the left or from the right or from the top. On a cityscape, it's usually not going to be coming down here from the bottom or bottom right-hand corners, just because most of the time you have natural lighting like the sun or moon or even both. We're just going to use one light source that's coming from the left. So that would make this left side of this building a little bit lighter, which means that on the right side I need to go darker. Now the biggest mistake people make is sometimes they just start pressing really hard with their colored pencil to make things darker, and that could work, that's totally fine, but the better way to do it is actually to mix in different colors. I'm going to use some black here. I'm just going to mix in a little bit of a color here and blend it in just like this. Now you want to pay very close attention to your edges. One of the other big mistakes that I see people making is that when they're doing their edges, like their corners and things like that, it gets a little fuzzy and blurry, and you can't really tell where that edge is at. So you want to be very careful with that. So I'm going to go in here, just blend in some of this color. Now I also have to be careful with this color matching this building too much. I want to make them a little bit different here. You can make your buildings any color that you want. Buildings are all different kinds of colors. Now notice, and I'm blending back and forth here with different colors of colored pencils. There we go. Now again, you could just press harder, make it a little darker if you want to, but the better way is to blend in different colors. One little thing I will talk about as I'm doing this is your windows. You notice I have some really tall vertical windows here. All your windows will usually be about the same color, and that is the color of the sky. But you got to be careful. You don't want, for example, a building that may be all windows to be exactly the same color of your sky, because then obviously it would get lost in the sky. So you want to make sure that you make your buildings a little bit different than the sky. Now here's a little trick I want to share with you. When you have two buildings that are kind of close to the same color, you want to go with kind of a darker version on one of your buildings, just so you can see those corners a little bit better. Notice how I darken up that edge right there, so you can see the edge of this building a little bit more. Again, I could have just chose a different color for this building, like a green or whatever, but I did that on purpose just so you know what to do in that kind of situation. The other thing I'm going to talk about is when you're doing your building windows, you may not just want to blend it in completely like the same color. You may want to have a little bit of change. You notice how this side's a little lighter than this side over here.